All the sides are equal, all the angles are equal, right? It's a regular polygon. So they're lovely in that they're pretty uniform. Basically what you're doing with a regular polygon, if you draw in, so here's your center, right? Your point of rotation, if you will, if we were to rotate this, you would draw in every one of these dotted lines. You would end up with 6 identical triangles, right? Well, the area of a triangle is your base times your height cut in half, right? So if that's your setup, if we could just find the area of one of those triangles and multiply it by 6, because it's a hexagon, you would find the area. Now, rather than have to do that every time because it's more work, they've done that and found a formula that does it for you. So the formula is this, okay? You will do the area of a regular polygon is 1/2 times A times P. And now A is probably not something you've ever heard of before. It's called an apothem. It looks real strange. It's this height of the little triangle here. So A is for apothem. Okay. What do you suppose P is for? It's not polygon. It's a good guess. Yeah.
It's like apothem without the A.
No. Another good guess. What does P always represent in what we've been doing in geometry? Perimeter. So P is going to be the perimeter of the figure. Okay, and A is your apothem, also known as the height of the little triangle, okay? So you're gonna do 1/2 times A times P, and basically that's gonna lay it out for you to find the area of the whole figure in one shot. So you don't have to multiply it and then do that times 6 or whatever. So you're gonna go 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. Perimeter will be all the way around, okay? So we're going to just jump right into how you do that. The first thing you need to figure out, and you'll see in a bit why this matters. Oh, I put the formula up there. This is the formula. We're going to find angles, central angles, okay? And a central angle, like you see up here, angle 1 and angle 2 are central angles. They come off the center of the figure. Angle 3 is not a central angle, but you'll be able to find it. First of all, in example 1, what is the name of that figure?
Pentagon.
It's a pentagon. So it has 5 sides, okay? Now, you just did this on your test. Some of you did it very well. How do you find the measure of angle 1?
360 divided by 5.
360 divided by 5. If I drew every radius in, right, these are called radii. If I drew every one of those in, there are 5 equal triangles there, 5 equal angles. So to find angle 1, we would do 360 divided by 5 is 72 degrees for the measure of angle 1. Okay, so this is 72, this is 72, this is 72. Okay. What do you suppose the measure of angle 2 is?
36.
Half of that. When you draw that height in, when you draw that apothem, right, that's your apothem. When you draw the apothem in, it cuts it in half. So 72 rather, divided by 2 is 36 degrees for the measure of angle 2. How do you find the measure of angle 3?
70 plus 36, or 180 minus 90 plus 36.
Right, so you have a 90-degree angle, a 36-degree angle, and the measure of angle 3 that has to add up to 180. So if I just subtract 126 from both sides, I get that the measure of angle 3 is 54 degrees. Okay, so you should be able to find those angles. You've done that before, that's not new. You're gonna end up using that idea to find the things we need from a regular polygon, Okay. Okay, so like I said, area of a regular polygon is 1/2 AP. Just make sure you understand that A is the apothem. That's that perpendicular. It has to be perpendicular. Okay, super important that this line is perpendicular to one of your sides. And then P is always going to be the perimeter all the way around. Okay. Okay, so let's try this. It says find the area of a regular decagon, important that it's regular, with a 12.3-inch apothem and 8-inch sides. If I'm using A equals 1/2 times A times P, can anyone tell me what A equals? 12.3. So you're going to go 1/2 times 12.3. Can anyone tell me what P equals? It's going to be a regular decagon. Decagon has 10 sides. So if every side is 8 inches, your perimeter is 8 times 10, or 80. Okay? So 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter of 80, and then you'll plug that in. You get an area. Capital A is area, lowercase a is apothem, right? 492 square inches. Okay, so it is important that you understand, like, a decagon has 10 sides, an octagon has 8, a hexagon has 6, right? We'll use very common ones, but that'll be the setup with that.
What's a nonagon?
Nonagon.
Nonagon?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have to go after another like 11agon.
No,
That's
that's, no. I mean, sometimes dodecagon comes into play, but I usually stick to,
Or like 100decagon,
The-
anything like that.
well, it would be called a 100gon. As soon as you get to 13 and beyond, it's 13gon, 14gon, 15gon, 16gon.
So they got all those.
Yeah, they did. Real lazy. Okay, here's where it gets fun. You ready?
Sure.
This is the fun one. This one says, find the area of the regular hexagon below. Okay, so here's what I highly recommend you do. Are you all with me right now? Because this is where it gets a little more challenging. You're with me? Okay. Here's your center. Draw in your apothem. Okay, so this is A. Then what I typically do is just to visualize it, will draw in every radius. You don't have to do this. I'm just showing you what you need to be seeing in this. Okay, so in order for us to figure out what's going on here, we need to know the angle measures. Basically, we're looking at this little triangle. Okay, I want to know that little angle measure up at the top here. So the way we find that is what we just talked about in example 1. What do you do?
On the
We'll find the perimeter eventually. I want to find that angle right now.
360 divided by 6.
360 divided by 6 because it's a hexagon, okay? So that's 60 degrees. So that's these angles. 60, 60, 60. So what is this little pink angle? 30, right? Cuts it in half. So you're going to take that 60 and cut it in half, and you get a 30-degree angle. Now, your apothem is perpendicular. So if you look at that black triangle that I drew in here, let's just shade it. This triangle, the pink triangle. What kind of triangle is that?
30, 60.
It's a 30, 60, 90. You guys know how to work with 30, 60, 90s, right? Can anyone tell me this side?
5.
It's 5. Because if the whole thing is 10, that perpendicular is going to cut it in half, right? So if this is 5, then what is A? 5 rad 3. Okay? So we know our apothem. We need to do area equals 1/2 times A times P. So we're going to do 1/2 times 5 rad 3. Hey, if you talk through the whole thing, you're not going to get the whole thing. How do you find P right now?
10 times 60.
P equals the length of a side times the number of sides you have. So the perimeter is 60, okay? So we come back up here. Area equals 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. Okay, now we want these in simplest radical form. What do you plug into your calculator?
5 times 60.
1/2 times 5 times 60. Do not plug in the rad 3, okay? 1/2 times 5 times 60. What do you get? 150. Then you can attach the radical, and then you label meters squared. Okay, so that will be the area of that whole thing. Now here's the deal. You could have thought of it as one triangle 6 times, right? So if you want to find the area of the triangle and multiply by 6, that's fine. But that's what this formula is doing for you, okay? It's simplifying that process. You're still going to have to use a 30, 60, 90 either way, so you don't get out of that. But just keep in mind, if you're getting stuck, think of it a different way. It's 6 triangles that are identical to each other, okay? Okay, another one. This one's a little bit different again. Now they gave you a radius. This is called the radius of the figure, right? Because if I put a circle around it, it would hit perfectly at those 3 points. That's a radius of the circle. So this is an equilateral triangle, also known as a regular triangle, okay? That means all of our angles are going to be the same. I want to know the area of this triangle. So when it's regular, we can do 1/2 times A times P. I would draw in your apothem. Okay, so there's your A. What do we have to find first?
360 divided by 3.
Yeah, you got to find the angles. Okay, so your first step is figure out what those angles are. So we're going to go 360 divided by 3. Again, if you want to draw them in, you're welcome to draw those angles in. Okay, 360 divided by 3 is 120. So each of these angles is 120, which means this little angle right here is what? 60. You got to cut it in half. The apothem always cuts it in half. Okay, so this is a 60-degree angle. Now here's the deal. If you want to redraw that triangle because it makes more sense for you to work with it as just the triangle, you totally can. Right? This is 4. This is A. This we're going to call X because we actually need to know what X is to be able to find what? The perimeter. Okay? Okay, so look at this setup. If the hypotenuse is 4, right? This one's 4. Then what is A?
2.
A is 2. So what is this piece? What is the X? That's 2 times the square root of 3. Okay. You with me? Let's lay this out. Oh, I already wrote it up here. So our area equals 1/2. What's A? 2. What's P?
2.
It's not 2 rad 3. It's not 4 rad 3. It's not 6 rad 3.
6 rad 9.
How many of this piece?
8 rad 3.
This piece right here, right? The yellow is 2 rad 3. There are 6 of them wrapping this figure. Right? So just make sure, you can think of it as like double it, and that's the length of a side, and then multiply by how many sides you have. You can do it that way if you want. I usually just say 2 rad 3 times the 6. You get 12 rad 3. Okay, so that's your perimeter. 2 rad 3 times 6 of them. So we're going to plug in a 12 rad 3 up here. It's perfect timing. We're done. 1/2 times 2 times 12 is 12. Attach the rad 3 inches squared. Okay? Questions on that?